The Daytona 500 is just weeks away, and what better way to start the 2019 season than with defending Cup Series champ Joey Logano.
I don't think things change much. I mean, the coolest thing is on your suit now, it says champion underneath the logo of it.
Our local talent was busy signing on the dotted line. The Bruins had 8 athletes moving on. Linebacker Drew Babcock to William & Mary. Hidden Valley had 3 student athletes signed today. Tackle Yasmir Blake and receiver cornerback Aaron Moore. Both signed letters of intent to play for Glenville State. Your former first and 10 player of the week, quarterback Jalen Jackson, made it official, signing on to play for UVA Wise. Defending VIS state champ Roanoke Catholic signed a pair of Celtics today, including defensive lineman James Carpenter to JMU. The Hawks inked wide receiver Dejon Hicks to Tyler Junior College in Tyler, Texas.
In the first of what will be multiple games without senior guard Justin Robinson, Virginia Tech took advantage of turnovers and a poor shooting performance by NC State.
It's been a busy week for both Virginia Tech and North Carolina, both teams having 3 games in a 6-day span, each winning their respective conference games.
Alyssa Ray joins us live from Charlotte now with some thoughts on the Hokies today and moving forward. Alyssa.
Well, we are in Charlotte, which means Virginia Tech was the clear fan favorite this afternoon, and they got the job done. They won and advanced to play Florida State tomorrow.
Back-to-back buckets put UVA up 1. Ty Jerome trying to contribute, connects with the step-back 3, but here we go. Florida State's David Nichols making 2 in a row, giving the Seminoles momentum. Nichols had 14 on the night. Virginia could not make up the ground. Florida State kept the lead 69-59 to oust UVA in the semis.
Catching up with our teams in the NCAA tournament, sports director John Appicello is covering Virginia Tech and Liberty in San Jose, California. And Appy, we'll start with you. And since you're 3 hours behind us, the teams haven't even hit the court yet.
Well, that's exactly right, Alyssa. The day is just getting started for the East Region teams here in San Jose.
Eric Johnson still standing by and was at UVA's practice earlier today. And Eric, it seems that the Hoos are learning from last year's first-round loss.
Alyssa, UVA certainly is. They know they can't erase history, but they can give us something else to remember.
Eric Johnson is standing by in Louisville, where UVA advanced to the Elite 8, and they'll soon be seeing Purdue. Should be a good matchup, Eric.
It definitely should be a great win, Appy. And you know, all wins can't come pretty, but the goal is simple: survive and advance.
Virginia's first national championship will no doubt be celebrated deep into the summer, but the ramifications for the Virginia basketball program will be much more profound. The redemption complete, the celebration sweet.
10 Sports reporter Eric Johnson is live at Castle Coliseum.
Hey, Jenna, certainly some exciting times here in Blacksburg as it took Virginia Tech less than a week to find the next head coach for its basketball program. And for that decision, they actually went to some homegrown talent in Mike Young. He's actually a Radford native who spent 30 years coaching at Wofford. The Siegel Center here in Richmond has become familiar territory for the Northside Vikings. However, hoisting a championship trophy at the end of a game has not been the norm. The Vikings were out to change the narrative today. Mr. Casey Draper, smooth as silk, got to the line with 3 seconds left, drains 2 free throws, and the game was signed, sealed, delivered, and the Northside Vikings are yours. They claimed their first ever state championship on the hardwoods with a 60-58 victory.
And Nyreek Wheeler, double-double, 14 points, 16 boards. GW Danville wins 55-44 to claim that Class 4 boys title.
Melissa Mang out of Blacksburg had a rough start to the back 9 yesterday. Bogey on 10, but she regroups nicely here on 11. Nice approach to the green, and that set up a par. She finished today 4 over.
The Blue Demons are looking for their 18th consecutive Class 3 title, but they're in a tight battle with New Kent at the top of the standings. Christiansburg put 7 wrestlers in the semis and pushed 6 through to the finals. Eric Johnson is there to get us up to speed on the hometown Red Sox. Eric.
Hey, Appy, it's certainly a picturesque night for baseball for the Red Sox. Home opener, and of course, as you'd imagine, this is a team that's looking to build and sustain success.
Brooke Leonard, who is live at Calfee Park in Pulaski, as the Yankees are getting set to host Bluefield. Brooke?
Yeah, I saw these cornhole boards behind Chris, and I was like, I got to give it a shot. And actually, these are some of the improvements that Calfee Park has made this season.
Davis up.
At the Cosmopolitan track meet, she placed first with a throw of 42 feet and 3/4 of an inch. Her game may be loud and boisterous to those around her. For Davis, it's not quite as clear. She was born with a hearing disability.
It's been extremely hard, but I got used to it.
The Terriers found the all-important key to victory. Woodgrove walked the bases loaded to face Sydney Burton. They shouldn't have done that. She delivers this shot to left. Megan Grant scores, and William Byrd notches their first ever state softball championship 3-2. Second half, Auburn with a nice punt here to try and tie it up, but it's not enough. Galax claims their third straight Class I state championship with a 1-0 win over Auburn.
Pitcher Brady Harris bombs it into right field. It drops. Taylor Newcomb and Blaze Seeley are excited. That's because Auburn wins it 9-0 over Lancaster. It's Courtney Cochran up to bat. She hits the bomb and it's gone. More fuel to the fire for the Eagles, who beat Rappahannock 18-1 and win their very first state championship in school history.
The biggest question surrounding this campus, who will be under center? Did you find out any answers today, Appy?
Well, actually, Brooke, we just met the contestants, but fair to say this quarterback carousel's been spinning ever since Alex Smith got injured last fall.
For the second time in program history and the first time since 2007, Virginia Tech softball earned the #1 seed in the ACC tournament. The Hokies get a first-round bye.
Lynchburg is returning to the super regional round of the NCAA D3 softball tournament for the first time since 2008.
The United States Women's Open is the pinnacle for every girl growing up dreaming of golf greatness. Amanda Hollinsworth is living proof that no matter the size of the town you grow up in, your golf dreams can be as big as you dare.
I mean, I get goosebumps. I just got goosebumps in 100-degree weather, just thinking about how much support I have behind me. And if for some reason this doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, I know I'm still gonna have that support.
Most fans who have access to Twitter have seen Danny Jo at work. Her big smile and love for the maroon and orange spills over in videos she and her dad make for players and teams at Virginia Tech.
Hey Justin, this is Danny Jo.
But things haven't always been normal. For Danny Jo, it's been the Hurl family normal since she was a baby.
It's a disease, it's an incurable disease that affects about 1,000 people in the world.
The disease is called Congenital Central Hypoventilation Syndrome.
A nerve, your phrenic nerve, goes from your brainstem to your diaphragm, and that nerve is the thing that actually sends the impulse to your diaphragm to breathe. The instant she falls asleep, that part of her brain shuts off. And so you have about 30 seconds from when she falls asleep to have her on her ventilator where she dies. Although it comes with challenges and it changes the way you live your life, it taught us that you don't take time for granted, you don't take people for granted, and you live every day as if you may not see that person again.
Greenbrier Classic is underway this week at the Old White TPC course in White Sulphur Springs. This year, the tournament will start the PGA Tour instead of being in mid-July.
Brooke, the Cavaliers have been moving in the right direction under Bronco Mendenhall, coming off that stellar season where they had a blowout win in the Belk Bowl.
8-5 finish last season, which was incredible for the Wahoos, but the kicker is they're the only team in the Coastal who has never won a division championship.
10 Sports' Eric Johnson is there for more on the reaction to the news. Eric.
Hey, Abby, it was certainly a surprise here at Virginia Tech as they open up fall camp tomorrow. On the eve of that was the bombshell news that Bud Foster would be ending his coaching career at the end of the 2019 season.
10 Sports presents number 18 Virginia taking on number 10 Notre Dame, getting you ready for a top 20 flash. It's a showdown in South Bend on WSLS 10.
And again, good afternoon. I'm John Apicello, the sports director at Channel 10.
And I'm Lindsay Ward, and we are coming to you live from South Bend, Indiana. We're going to be here for the next hour, getting you ready for this electric matchup between these two teams. And I got to say, it is very much a Notre Dame home game, just a whole experience here in South Bend, not just for the Fighting Irish fans, but for Virginia fans who are coming here this afternoon.
Have you seen enough gold?
I've seen
everything
so much
is gold.
Green and gold.
Yes, everything is gold.
Legendary Hall of Fame football football coach Frank Beamer led his squad through the perfect season and into the national title game.
Yeah, and recently I got a chance to sit down with our living legend head coach, and we took a walk down memory lane.
You may or may not be able to go on and play in the NFL, but how you are as a person and how you develop means a lot more, whether you do or whether you're in business or whether you're trying to get a law degree.
But it also proved to be the Eagles' pass attack and quick pace that kept the Hokies on their heels for much of the night, leading to a loss.
The Hokies are bowl eligible after that shutout win tonight against Georgia Tech. Looking at the stat sheet, they had over 400 yards of offense again.
Outside of Scott Stadium here at UVA, fans starting to file in. Wahoo Nation turning out big for this one. It's a sellout tonight against Florida State.
There's no lack of fans tonight here at Virginia Tech, and they're all optimistic about beating Duke tonight, but I've been chatting with a couple, and they're hoping that the newest addition to Justin Fuente's staff will hopefully help with a little output on offense.
The ACC title game matchup, Eric.
Hey, Appy, he's been likened to that of Donovan McNabb during his college days. Even more recently, Lamar Jackson. There's no question Bryce Perkins makes this UVA offense go. Mission accomplished for the Liberty Flames as their business trip here to the Sunshine State results in a Cure Bowl victory, their first ever bowl game win in program history.
Tech fell today 37-30, and like we talked about yesterday, this team is a pretty good preview of what to expect in 2020 with only 4 seniors being gone, and Justin Fuente confirmed that today.
Well, it's been an interesting one. I think it's fair to say the college football climb that's going on in Charlottesville has been nothing short of extraordinary, but it is worth repeating, that ascent, that journey is still in progress.
Now, complete high school football coverage. This is 10 Sports First and 10.
Which brings me to our game of the week. Now, this one is what the gamblers would call a pick'em. Nobody's favored. It's too close to call. Radford and Gretna, both quality playoff-bound teams, and they showed why tonight. Both squads 2-0, having met in the playoffs a year ago. Tonight, another instant classic. Eric, take it away.
Hey, Appy, we know coming into this one that Radford would have the size advantage, and they really try to get aggressive with every team that they actually go against each and every week. As for Gretna, they have the speed advantage, so something had to give tonight. Let's show you the highlights and get on out to this one. Radford going to rumble tonight, doing it without leading rusher P.J. Prelude and leading tackler Justice Marshall.
Tonight they welcomed a talented squad from Danville, but Brooke, styles make fights, and Salem doesn't change their style. They just keep pounding on you, and everybody just has to deal with it.
That seems to be how it goes.
That's
but
how it
George
goes.
Washington is a good team, too. But the key for G-Dub is to limit the explosive plays Salem has and capitalize on offense using our former player of the week, Wesley Graves, who has had almost 1,500 yards of rushing this season.
North Cross wins the VIS Division II state title 42-6 over Blue Ridge, their first since 2011. Appomattox Raiders are your Class II state champions. They win 42-21. That's their 4th state title in 5 years.
Craig County head coach Mark Harrison is this year's Josh Leonard Character and Commitment Award winner. EC Glass Hilltoppers senior dual threat quarterback Drayshawn Kendrick took home Player of the Year honors. And Lord Botetourt head coach Jamie Harless led his Cavaliers to a school record 14 wins before falling in the Class 3 state final. The Cavs had their first 10-0 regular season since 1961.
It was pretty obvious in the highlights just how dominant of a performance he had today. He led for 464 laps and is taking home the grandfather clock in the first state of 500. A win in Martinsville he's been wanting for a very long time.
It's a special day, unbelievable team effort. Pit crew was on fire. The race car was just incredible.
As the Rail Yard Dogs get ready for their home opener with Fayetteville. Brooke.
Eric, yeah, the doors opened at 6 and the fans are already starting to fill the seats up. Obviously, they want to see what this team is all about after the historic year they had last season.
But Auburn calmed down, took momentum, and they finished this one out strong. 3-1 final. They are your Class 1 champions. They roared back to win 3 consecutive sets to get the 3-2 win, winning back-to-back state titles. LB never quivered, although it was a tough battle in set 3. They complete the three-peat in straight sets for their 3rd state title. This is the start of the girls' Class 1 race, dominated by sophomore Kinsey May of Perry McClure. She won the race by 58 seconds in 18:42. George Wythe won the team title. 5 runners in the top 15 places for 39 points, easily taking gold. Radford girls, who edged Glenver for state gold,